Headed into this offseason, the New York Knicks were one of the main teams to watch, but unfortunately, they had a very underwhelming offseason to say the least. All they did was sign Dante DiVincenzo in free agency, re-sign Josh Hart to a very lucrative contract, and trade away their former first-round pick in Obi Toppin for 2 future second-round picks, and in the process, leave a hole at the backup power forward position. But thanks to a recent report, we now know that a Western Conference team recently released a power forward that the New York Knicks could add to fill that gap. We're going to talk about that and so much more today. Let's get started. The New York Knicks could be interested in a recently released power forward from the Oklahoma City Thunder. According to Sports Illustrated, Usman Garuba was recently released by the Oklahoma City Thunder on Monday, and this was the latest transaction in a well-traveled offseason. The 21-year-old spent the last 2 seasons with the Houston Rockets and made it to the Oklahoma City as the endgame of 2 trades within 4 days. He was sent to Atlanta in the first deal. Now you know how I feel about power forward, folks. We need more of them. We traded away Obi Toppin. We have Julius Randle. There have been rumors about Josh Hart and RJ Barrett playing spot minutes at the backup 4 position because we have nobody to fill it. All we have is Isaiah Roby and Nathan Knight, who are on 2-way contracts, so they're not even permanent. So we need a permanent solution to the backup 4 position. And it cannot be Josh Hart and RJ Barrett. We need a better solution. The difference the New York Knicks could add could be Usman Garuba, who, as we just mentioned, was recently released by OKC and spent the majority of his career with the Houston Rockets. The kid is 21. He has a lot of upside still. He fits the age timeline of this team. We need a backup 4. If you're not going to convert one of our 2-way players to a standard NBA deal to fill that void, then add Usman Garuba to the team and let him fill the void. And at the end of the day, he's 21, so that upside could increase, his value could increase, and he could potentially be a trading piece for you down the road. There's a lot of upside to signing the kid. 21 years old. Let's remember that. But let's go into more of who that kid is and his background a little bit. A first-round pick of Houston in 2021, Garuba struggled to generate a lasting role in the Rockets' rotation, mostly because he was backing up Sengun in the interior. He still managed to be efficient though, hauling in 4.1 rebounds over 12.9 minutes a game. The 12.9 minutes a game, folks, is very, very important to me because the 12.9 minutes is likely what he's going to see behind Julius Randle on the New York Knicks rotation. If he was okay with doing that with Houston, he would probably be okay with doing that with the Knicks. And the Knicks need that right now. Why not do it? But take a look at that other key piece there. 75 appearances. He played 75 games. So that's very good because we need somebody who is very efficient and who's available as well too. And that is something that I think Usman Garuba can give the Knicks. Garuba is set to assist Spain in its upcoming World Cup title defense and has already earned numerous international awards in both league and tournament play. He was the MVP, for example, of FIBA's U16 European Championship in 2016, earning a gold medal for his trouble as well. Okay, he's 21 years old, was an MVP, and earned a gold medal. And you still don't want him on the team? Now you can make the argument, why did OKC dump him if he's that good? And I hear you on that, but OKC is loaded, especially at his position. They're loaded. And he's not seeing any time behind Chet either. Not in the interior, I think. So please, don't get it twisted. With this release, it was definitely something in regards to we have enough of this type of player and we don't think we can utilize him and we want to give him an opportunity to thrive with another team. I think that was OKC's thinking behind it. And if that's what they want to do, please, come over to the New York Knicks. The Knicks traded away Obi Toppin. We need another young player that we can build, that we can develop, and that we can craft into the player that we need, especially coming off the bench behind Julius Randle. And if Usman Garuba turns into a player that is very good on defense and gives you efficient offense, We might be able to run a 5-man with Julius Randle at the 5 and Usman Garuba at the 4, or vice versa. And I think that's very important to have on a team, especially against certain teams that run a lot of small ball, because a Julius Randle-led 5 could potentially do a lot of damage to teams who are running a small ball lineup against him. I think it could be a very interesting thing for Tom Thibodeau to try, but he needs the pieces to do so. And if this kid is a former MVP, gold medalist, why wouldn't you at least give him a try at a position that you need to fill and see what he can do? At the end of the day, I don't think it hurts the New York Knicks to experiment on adding a guy like Usman Garuba and seeing what he could do for the New York Knicks. He has so many key accolades. It doesn't make sense to me why the New York Knicks would not sign him. I think it makes sense for the New York Knicks to give this kid a contract, sign him to a very, very cheap, inexpensive deal, and get this kid on the New York Knicks and see what he can do. At 21 years old, he fits the timeline. He definitely fits what the New York Knicks need right at this very moment. And again, since we don't have a draft pick this year, we need some youth that we can try to develop and a project that we can build with. And I think Usman Garuba could be that. And Sports Illustrated basically echoed these sentiments as well too. They stated the following: Garuba has enough upside to help the Knicks both now and later. Blessed with just enough upside and potential to linger with any team as a potential project with the capability of contributing immediately. He'd be an addition that wouldn't move any sort of needle in terms of the Knicks championship prospects or spot in the Eastern Conference hierarchy, but could certainly help put the roster observers' minds at ease moving forward. One of those observers being me, because my mind hasn't been at ease since we traded away Obi Toppin and had a hole at the power forward position in terms of a backup, and we've been talking about Josh Hart and RJ Barry getting spots minutes there. Yes, that scares me. But when I hear players like Usman Garuba become available, so young, with so much upside, it gets me excited. And it makes me want the Knicks to sign him even more because he fills a need and he's young and he may have so much more upside that nobody has even scratched the surface with. And maybe the Knicks could be that team to do it. And it might not cost you anything to at least try. If you guys are interested in watching Usman Garuba play and want to watch more than just highlights, he'll be playing at the FIBA World Cup as we mentioned earlier. And if you want to see his live game, that comes this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN+. They'll be playing against the Ivory Coast. So if you want to watch that, you can definitely go ahead and do so. And you can see how he looks, his play, and if that play could even translate over to the NBA and for the New York Knicks. And you can also watch his play from the Houston Rockets and see what he can do. A lot of Houston Rocket fans will tell you he had a lot of good plays. He had a lot of good moments as well too. Obviously, he's not a complete player. He needs work. He needs development. He is a project. But if he can figure it all out, he could be a very good player in this league. That's why I think the New York Knicks have nothing to lose here. They should just go ahead and sign this kid and give him some minutes behind Julius Randle at the backup power forward position and see what he can do. And hopefully we can craft him into the player that we need him to be. He can unlock his potential, increase his value, and help the Knicks get that piece that can help the Knicks compete for a championship for years to come. I fully believe that. And Usman Garuba could be the start of that. Who knows? But you'll never know if you don't take chances and you don't take risk on certain players, especially players like this who have as much upside as this kid does. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.